The LiftMaster TECHNA Barrier Arm Gate Operator is expanding to parking applications. While it's got a lot of the same specs as the original TECHNA Barrier Arm Gate Operator, TECHNA Parking has some of its own unique features, like an internal alarm, and different mounting options if you already have a unit installed. As with the original TECHNA, you can easily change the handing of the operator. Before installing, determine the handing of your arm and, if needed, change the direction of the counterbalance springs. The parking operator is pre-configured out of the box for right side rotation with the maximum arm length of 12 feet. Verify the arrows on the spring assembly are pointing in the same direction the arm will move. If you need to reverse the handing, remove the counterbalance spring assembly by removing 3 screws that attach the counterbalance spring assembly to the gearbox. When changing the direction of the arm, be sure to keep the switch harness attached. Take care not to damage the switch harness. Rotate the counterbalance spring assembly 180 degrees so that the 2 end plates swap position. The spring arrows should still be on the top of the assembly after rotating. Install the 3 attachment screws again to secure the counterbalance spring assembly to the gearbox. Tighten the 3 bolts to 30 foot-pounds. For this installation, we will be installing the barrier arm for right side rotation. From the factory, the key will be pointed upwards, indicating there is no tension. Under no tension, the spring should also move easily by hand. Locate the 3 bolts that attach the spring assembly to the gearbox. Use a screwdriver to remove the switch harness. Using a socket wrench and extension to avoid accidental contact with the loaded springs inside the cabinet enclosure, loosen each screw by 3 full rotations only. Do not fully remove these bolts yet. If needed, modify the spring count to the correct counterbalance for your arm and accessories. Refer to the manual for spring adjustment guidelines based on arm length. Out of the box, you get a maximum of 7 springs to balance the system. Remove the hub by loosening the 3 set screws and sliding it off. Remove the key using a flathead screwdriver. Remove the end plate by removing the 2 bolts. Remove the unneeded springs and spacers. Add retention collars in place of the removed springs. Fasten the retention collar screws. Reinstall the end plate and tighten the 2 end plate screws to 22 foot-pounds. Reinstall the key. Reinstall the hub and tighten the 3 set screws. Tighten the 3 bolts that attach the spring assembly to the gearbox to 23 foot-pounds. Attach the switch harness using a screwdriver. The swing-away arm setup uses a breakaway sensor located on the arm bracket and a magnet located on the arm to detect the presence of the arm. Make sure the magnet sits flush. The arm should be mounted with the edge mounting channel facing toward the ground. This magnet must be in place for all arm bracket configurations. If the sensor is not installed, the operator will not run. To install the barrier arm, ensure the operator is powered off. Loosen the 4 screws on the arm bracket. The articulating arm bracket is different, with 3 extra holes on the sides for the offset bar. Attach the lower section of the bracket studs using 3 bolts. Hand tighten the offset bar using those 3 bolts. Install the arm bracket the same way. Rotate the threaded rod on the offset bracket so it matches the direction of the arm in the down position. Attach the bracket to the output shaft and loosely tighten the 4 set screws. Do not torque. They should be just tight enough that the bracket doesn't rotate easily on the output shaft of the drive system. Remove the pivot pin. Attach the cable from the bracket to the connector from the operator and secure the cable with the tie-down included in the operator hardware bag. Push the arm into the arm bracket. Be sure the magnetic sensor is attached to the arm and aligns with the sensor in the bracket. Swing arm into place. To add the secondary articulating arm, use a helper to attach the remaining section of arm with the existing arm at the hinge. Use the through bolt and 2 washers on each side. Torque to 15 foot-pounds. Attach offset bar. Remove the circular joint from the end of the support bar, then insert with 13 rotations. Attach the opposite end of the support bar to the threaded block on the offset bracket. Rotate 14 times. Ensure the lug nut is fully loose to not damage threads. Attach the support bar to the arm by placing the circular joint on the support into the bracket below the arm. Place bolt washers on each side, both inside and out. Torque nut to 15 foot-pounds. Rotate the arm bracket vertically so that the arm is in the open position. Torque each of the 4 hub bolts to 60 foot-pounds. Set limits per programming instructions. If you're mounting a straight arm instead of an articulating arm, loosen the 4 screws on the arm bracket. Remove the pivot pin. Slide the arm bracket onto the output shaft of the operator, with the arm pointed in the direction of the closed position. Loosely tighten the hub bolts. The arm bracket should freely rotate at this point. Push the arm into the arm bracket. Be sure to install the arm with the arm magnet toward the operator. Rotate the arm bracket vertically so that the arm is in the open position. Torque each of the 4 hub bolts to 60 foot-pounds. Connect the operator wiring harness to the barrier arm wire harness. Programming still happens at the unit's main central board using the LCD display. TECHNA Parking has a few new menu features as well. Service mode allows you to safely lock the operator out while working on it. You can navigate to the home screen if needed and open or close the gate with the buttons. Counters. Cycle count gives you the overall number of cycles on the operators. Vend is how many vend signals have been sent to the operator. Vehicle count is how many vehicles have passed over the interrupt or safety loop. Shadow loop count is how many vehicles have pulled up to the kiosk. This helps detect if there was a vend and then a blackout. Multi-vehicle tracking allows the gate to count how many vehicles are credentialed. This will keep the gate open until the last vehicle has passed and the gate will close behind them, expediting the flow of traffic during busy periods. Relay board configuration allows you to designate the function of each relay for the operator, 5 in total. You can choose the state you want, and then it will tell you what dip switch settings are required for that behavior. Alarm allows you to turn on an audible alarm. You can choose if the operator alarms in motion or how many seconds it's active from the open command. For more information on the LiftMaster TECHNA Barrier Arm, follow the link or scan the code.